Okay, so the next video that I'm making right now, picking up, is on called the psyche or the forget. Well, it's kind of different things, but so the idea is you exist here in reality. This map that my character is on is reality, and I can enter my psyche, which is like your interior psychological space at any time. So you just do that through the menu, enter your psyche, and then you're here. And so your persona inside your psyche is always different. So that's why I'm an @ symbol here instead of a star. And in your psyche is always the forget. And so the forget is a special object that is like a forge inside your psyche. So that's why it's called the forget, but it's maybe pronounced the forge. I don't know. Anyways, so you can access it. And then essentially, it says there's no save load, but that's actually not true. It does save and load, but don't get too attached to the stuff you make. Unfortunately, it's probably just going to get, like, whatever you make is probably going to get obliterated at some point because something will be incompatible. But anyways, so you've got your objects here. These are things that I have made. So there's a test object. And so you won't see anything in here because you won't have anything in sort of your psyche, but you can imagine something. You type the name in. So let's make a pickle couch. And then you pick what it's most like. So this is sort of a prototype of the thing. So it's furniture, right? And okay, it's like a chair. Well, kind of, but you just pick the closest thing. There's not much in there, but of course there'll be more and more as time goes on. And then you can pick the main material. So I'm going to do rosewood, and that brings you to the editor. So page up and page down, select your layer. So you have set layers that you can put shapes down on, and the top layers always show above. Rotate is Q and E. I have no idea if any of this makes sense. And then space will like place a shape down. And so it's what it is. It works. It's a little awkward, I guess. But you know, there's room for improvement. And so you can just place a bunch of stuff. And then tab switches between like the available shapes, and those are dependent on the material. So I'm gonna put that there. Whoops. And actually I want then like another one there, and another one there. Whoops. And then yeah, I'll maybe move that one there. Sorry, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I don't want to change, so you can change like the shape of any of these in terms of like you can pick from a different available shape. Oh shoot, that's not what I want. So it kind of shows you how accurate it is that the person who has sensibly decided how this should be, and I'm having a little trouble with it. But anyways, I did put a lot of thought into it, so I won't disparage it too heavily. I'm happy with kind of how it's progressing. And if you highlight like that kind of 0th layer, you can just move everything at once. So let's see. I think I should have one more of these, but like that. And then that will show like underneath, so you can see, oh, that looks pretty good. So then you can hit escape, and you can also see to the right of the screen, of course, that's a preview. And for layers, you can actually, for some types, add a new layer, but in this case, you can't. And now I'm stuck here, but I think if I hit escape, it will back out. So anyways, when I'm done, I can hit return. Now when I go back in, I can see my pickle couch is there. And so, of course, the idea is eventually you'll be able to bring those and drop them on your map. And one of the main ideas behind the game is that the properties of the objects will be, as much as I can manage at least, derived from the shape and the material that you choose them to be. So for instance, if you create a coin, like its value will depend on like literally how much physical gold you put onto the shape, if that makes sense, or whether you choose to make it out of silver instead, then it will be a silver coin. Yeah, so that's about it. And there's like Oh, some other options, like you can manage stuff. Like if I want to delete that, I can delete it. Yes, delete it. I like have three separate confirmations for deleting. Like I have this one where it's like, no, don't delete, don't delete, don't delete, delete. Then I have another one that's like, yes, no. And I have another one where you just have to push X twice. Just kind of noticing that in the course of making these videos. Kind of funny. Anyways, you can actually organize them into categories and you can rename them. Like maybe I want to rename, so I need to do that. Rename them. Instead of test object, I'm going to call it cardamom chair. Rename it. You can also rename groups of objects, which I thought was kind of cool. I have no idea, but you could select two and then rename them with numbers, and you can put like fern, like for furniture or something, and it will be like fern-1, fern-2 or something. I don't know if you had a lot of objects. It's sort of one of those features. It's probably way ahead of what it needs to be. But anyways, that's it. So you will be able to do the same thing for blocks, but you can't right now. I might crash if I try that, so I'm not going to try that. When you're done here, you can hit escape and then exit to reality, and boom, you're back in reality. So again, your psyche is your interior space, and the idea is that you'll be able to go in the editor and then hit A, and then you'll be able to pick what you want to add, like what object you want to add. But right now you can't because it's not done. So that's it. That's where I'm at. Thanks for watching.